All right, so I'm Thomas, as you all know by now, and I have some pretty with me. And tonight we will be preparing ourselves for a hackathon that we will be participating in tomorrow. A little competition that the city of Gothenburg is organizing, and it's about creating an application that helps to build a better society, basically, and utilizes some sort of open data source that the city is providing. We are, however, gonna enter the competition with one of the applications that has been developed as a part of the Agile Venture community, and also by some ex-Bakers Academy students. And the application is called Oodls. And let me just go over there. And I don't know if you've seen that application being deployed. Let's see. So it's on Oodls.io. And this is mainly an application that will try to be a part of the solution of the ongoing food waste problem that we have here in Europe. So they came up with this very simple idea to connect people or companies or organizations that have food that is about to be expired or already, with charities that needs that food for their ongoing operation, and that's just connect them and help them to give and receive food. And what we are going to do tomorrow is just localize this application, first of all, to Swedish language, first of all, but also Swedish way of communicating, doing things like Swedish measurements and stuff like that, and expand that with some features. This is not a ready application, although it is deployed online. It's not used right now. There is no organization behind Oodles. Today, I've spoken to Claudia, a member of the original dev team, a member of Agile Ventures. She can, however, not participate tomorrow. But yeah, so we're going to translate this interface, and we're also gonna add some features to this, hopefully. And it depends, of course, how much we manage to do and the level of ambition that we are setting for ourselves. And then at 1600 hours, so 16:30 tomorrow afternoon, presentation, a little demo of this app, and presentation about Agile Ventures, etc., and see if we win the competition. That would be cool. But it's not about winning; it's about participating. Yeah. So. That's about it. What I've done so far, I've cloned the repository to one of my repos. I created a develop branch, and I managed to add some small features. It's just a proof of concept of mine. I'm not working with many tests or anything right now. So I've translated a lot of the UI, and not everything yet, and I've added this switcher so we can switch back and forward from Swedish to English on the interface. So this is the Swedish login panel, and this is the English login panel. Yeah, and so. Let's log in and see what features there are. Again, let's see here. So I have Thomas at agileventures.org, password, and login.
Just one question. The hackathon basically wants us to use like some kind of open data source and we process it, right?
Yeah, well, one of the criteria is, of course, that we can, the more open data we are using, the more, points we can get in the hackathon. But however, I feel that I'm going to pitched this way, that we are creating an open data source, basically. And I was looking for importing a lot of organizations into this application. That similar to the way we are importing organizations to local support. However, Gothenburg City does not provide an API to the charity database. The charity database is open online, so I can search for charities, and I was considering building a scraper, and import the data this way, but it felt a little, over ambitious. So what I'm going to do is when I pitch this, I'm going to tell the people from the city that, so if we had an open source, an open data source to import organizations and also import the big companies that are dealing with food or restaurants, etc., then we could use that data. But we are at this stage, we're just going to use like open like geolocations and some, if we can come up with some other data sources we can use, we could implement that. But I feel that the cause of this application is so worthy that I think that we can still get a little, good positive feedback from the jurors, just because we're doing an important thing. You know what I mean? And I see that Raul is here with us. How are you doing?
Okay.
So basically, it's not so important that we use open data, even though that would be the best, solution. But I think we can still participate with the app.
Okay.
All right. So the application is really simple right now. It doesn't provide much application today. The only thing, when you there are two data models basically. One being the charity, and the other one is the donor. Right? At this point, only charity can log in. So one thing that we could do is to create a registration for donors, and donors will be like grocery stores or restaurants or something, that would like to give away food. And another idea that I'm having, and I think it's doable, is to create a model where a donor can create a shipment, not shipment, but like a donation opportunity, and describe that. So I have 20 kilos of meat and 500 liters of milk or something, and the expiry date of that food is a week from now or a few days from now, and just describe where that patient can be picked up, if they can drive it to any location, or if a charity needs to physically pick it up themselves, etc., etc. So, and then we could create a rather fast, API endpoint just to list all those donations, basically, in time. That could be something interesting to do. How do you guys feel about that? That doesn't have to be too complicated. It could be done in this relatively tight time frame.
Okay. So what's going to be the focus of this of tomorrow?
Once again?
What is the focus for tomorrow? I kind of got late.
Okay, sure. Well, the focus for tomorrow is that I have an entire day to code on site. So I'm going to be there together with some other people, and there are some seminars going on, etc., etc. But it doesn't concern us too much because I'm just going to be there for the coding. So we have like 8 hours to prepare this application, kind of, So, and at 1600 hours, there is this presentation time. So I'm given like 10 or 15 minutes to present this application and talk about it. Tell the audience who we are, who Agile Ventures is, what this application is all about, and as a proof of concept, I can do a demo, showing them that the charity can create a profile, a donor can create a profile, and the donor can create a donation opportunity, and then they can kind of meet, and charities could claim those donations in some way or something, And another thing is, if we think it's, if there's any point of doing that, we can expose some of the information through an API, basically. So this info can be accessed by other clients, basically. But that's the least important thing. I would say that some functionality to actually not only describe my needs or describe what I can do, but actually do it. So the donation model would be, and some functionality around that could be interesting. Basically, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, and you guys can be with me on stage through a Hangout on Air, so that's could be cool, and we can do some good marketing for Agile Ventures as an organization. Basically. So are you up for it, or do you feel this is like a bad idea? Do you have some better things to do this Saturday?
No, it's fine. I can work on something.
Just try to set up and get a hang of the application, like how it works and everything.
What's in?
Just trying to set up the application and then try to get a hang of like how it works and everything, because
okay. It should be pretty straightforward. It's a PostgreSQL database and very few gems. I got it to run on first try, basically. So, yeah. So since this is very ad hoc, I don't feel that we have to do all the TDD stuff, and we don't have to have everything documented in the tracker or anything. We can just kind of play around with this. This is really just a proof of concept. So this will never be used in production, or unless somebody wants to grab the code. But this is none of my priorities. The priority for me is just to raise awareness of this issue that I feel is kind of important, because I feel strongly about this issue about food waste. So can we make some awareness about that? That's a good thing, and also can we raise some awareness about Agile Ventures, that So yeah.
All right.
So who wants to do what?
Okay. I'm still busy setting up the project on my side here. But you mentioned something about allowing donors to register.
Mm.
Just like the different. Continue.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
No. So if somebody could grab that story, just because charities they have their own sign up page, so we need a donor sign up page, basically. Advice, and I don't know if we should implement can. So who gets to do what in the nation, perhaps. But the first step would be to get the donors, able to sign in. So if somebody could grab that story, then I could work with creating the opportunity model. And another thing that I would like us to implement that could be kind of fun, or at least enhance the user experience of this app, is that I would like to geocode all the all the donors and all the charities, and display them on this map that is showing on the landing page, basically. So that would be a fun thing to see the database. We have to create a series of
I think
organizations.
This is already being done. So like for example, if you just type, I think Harrow in that postcode thing, like I went to the Oodles page and I just typed Harrow. I don't know if it's on your database or not. Yeah, there you go.
Probably not. Yeah. But if I go to
like
Oodles,
so you see there is like one.
Yeah, there's a Tesco. Yeah. Okay. So how does that work? Okay, cool, great. I didn't know that there was such a functionality. So you went to know this. Okay. So how can we? Oh, okay. So they link over to the Tesco website, kind of. What else? What else is there? So if I do London,
if you like go to, I think they just have a few charities. Like if you go to I have food to give and then click on how to give, like where to give, you will see like they where to give.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so these are the like list of charities that you have. Just 2 of them that are in the database.
Cool. But they are not. But they are not geocoded, are they?
No, these are geocoded.
Okay, so we could geocode the charities somehow. And I would like to have all donors, listed as well. There doesn't seem to be a all donor list or anything. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, definitely, I would definitely say that we could add those to add donors to the map more than just Tesco. I think it must be hard coded, or how is that? Where do they get that info? Since donors don't have many, I don't know. Charities. Yeah, there isn't even a donor table. So Tesco must be. See, I'm not listed. Yeah, so it's on MVP, MD, notes, comments, project readme, JavaScript home, Tesco info window.
Yeah, so it looks like it's hard coded.
Yeah, it must be hardcode. Yeah, here it is. Here's the partial. Yeah. So I would say, yeah. So, Raul, how would you feel about, creating that donor? I mean, expanding the donor model and working with, setting up the basically a CRUD interface and a device function, add device functionality to for donors.
Okay.
And we need to be able to store the images someplace, and that the AVS bucket that is used on Oodles.io is not working, is shut down, so the credentials are wrong. So perhaps some pretty if you could have a look at that and just implement the same solution that we implemented on Take Me Away, and I have access to this Oodls.io Heroku instance, so I can set the variables over there, and we can put, you know, whatever we code here, can push it out and publish it under that domain. I've gotten an okay for that from Claudia.
Can you repeat that, maybe, like what you wanted me to do? It was like breaking up a bit.
You know, there is a possibility to store, you know, a charity can have a logo file, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we need to store it someplace, and the AVS instance is shut down. So we need to store it someplace else. So perhaps we could use a similar solution that we used on Take Me Away.
Yeah. Okay.
For the demo purposes tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you could have a look at that and that to start with, and Raul, if you work on the donor model, I can start working on the donation model, basically, and then that's later on we could meet up again. I mean, tomorrow we can work on displaying everything on the map.
Okay.
Does that sound like a plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I know it's not the way we are used to work, but you know, it could be. I think, you know, it's a very worthy cause. So
I'm used to hackathons, so
yeah. Cool. All right. So that should be. Any more questions?
No.
If there is, I'll ask on the channel on Slack.
Yeah, absolutely. You know. Cool. All right, guys. I'll be coding away. So just make pull requests to that repository, and let's try not to conflict with each other too much, in terms of working on the same files, basically. But we're all experienced developers, so we should manage this. Okay. I talk to you over Slack. Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you.